She never should have had cataract surgery, but her ophthalmologist insisted that she needed the cataract surgery. She went ahead and had it. You want to find out what happened to her and why it was the worst mistake she ever made? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some terrific information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney practicing law in the state of New York. She began to develop blurry vision that lasted for about 5 or 6 months. Finally, she said, you know what, let me go to the eye doctor, get checked. The eye doctor examines her and says, hey, you have a cataract, a clouding of your vision, a clouding of the lens in one particular eye. You need surgery to fix that. You need cataract surgery. And she says, okay, what does that involve? And the doctor proceeds to tell her that it involves removing the lens and putting in what's known as an intraocular lens. That means it's a new lens, so now it's crystal clear. Well, the patient says, do I really need this? The doctor says, listen, if you don't have this, you're going to go blind within the next 6 months to a year. And the patient says, I don't want to do that. I don't want my vision to get worse and worse. I want to have good vision. So what does the patient do? She agrees to have the surgery. During the course of surgery, the doctor removes the patient's lens, puts in the new intraocular lens, and now, after the surgery, what do you think happens? She goes back for the follow-up, and the doctor takes the patch off, and he says, what do you see? She says, I don't see very well at all. It's dark, it's gray, I don't see much at all. The doctor looks, examines, gives her some drops, tells her to come back in a few days. Again, this process goes on day after day, week after week. After about a month of these continued visits, the doctor finally realizes, you know what, let me send you off to the following experts. Let me send you to a retina expert. Let me send you to another expert. And they all tell her the same thing. You've got a problem. You've got a problem with your vision. There's a problem in front of the eye, there's a problem in back of the eye. Now, I don't think you're ever going to get your vision back. And now she's terrified, she's so upset. And she goes back to the original doctor, the eye doctor, who did the surgery. And she says, what did you do? He says, well, there's a complication. She says, yes, I know there's a complication, but you told me everything would be fine, my vision would be great. He says, yes, but sometimes these complications happen. Well, now she's furious because now she has virtually no vision, no usable vision in that eye. It turns out that my client never, ever should have had this cataract surgery. You want to know why not? Because that slight blurry vision never should have been operated on. Instead, she should have been given and prescribed another set of eyeglasses in order to try and readjust her vision. Yes, there was some cloudiness there, but it did not rise to the level that required surgical intervention. She would have been fine for the next 5 years without a problem. But instead, this doctor decided, hey, let's go ahead and do this surgery. You have to have this surgery. And now as a result, she did develop a significant complication that was a risk of this surgery, but it all falls back to the original decision to go ahead and do the surgery. And every single one of the eye experts I spoke to told me the same thing. This patient never, ever should have had this surgery. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you one example of a woman I was able to help who came to me because she believed that a doctor did something improperly to cause her significant harm. You know, I recognize that you've got questions or concerns about your own particular problem. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but you have legal questions that you need to get answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a great day.